staff. Welcome to our grade 8 farewell / grad. We're here to celebrate the accomplishments of our grade 8 students before they move on and head on to high school. We've been very fortunate to have all of them in our school, and they've been great role models and great leaders in our school. Just a fantastic class this year, and we're really going to miss them going forward. So with that, again, thank you very much for coming, and I will now pass it over to Ms. Bull, and she will introduce our students. Thank you.
First of all, nanaska mau tau mau se watsud anutsu matu kagiska gebnis tau pai tamaguya uguta awasag abung snamaster geben kisi tamasut anuts utotse. I'd just like to thank the Creator for giving this day to our students. Like Mr. Pillar had mentioned, we are very fortunate to have had them here, share everything with them. At times like this, I get very a little emotional because through the years, you establish a good relationship with each and every one of the students. They all have their own unique qualities, capabilities. They're just different individuals in their own ways. And like I said, that bond that's established over the year, it's just hard to let go. It's hard to separate. And when we were talking about the farewell, their grad last week, a lot of us got emotional. And I told them, I said, wait, this is not the end. It's not going to be the last time that we're going to see each other. There's going to be times, some of you are going to go to school together. I'm always going to be here, So we had our moments, we had our time, but they've come to learn, they've come to understand, they've come to realize that this is their second stepping stone, I guess we could say, because they had their kindergarten stepping stone, which was their first one. So this is their second part, and I encourage them, and I really sincerely hope that, they get to that third stepping stone of graduating grade 12 and then move on to the 4th, 5th, 6th stepping stone, whatever it may be. So with that, I'd like to thank the parents, the families that are able to support their students, their child. I know a lot of times that it's a bit hard to be taken away for the time that you are here with them, even if you're working, but this is a special moment. This is a special time for them. So I'd like to thank each and every one of you for being here for them and with them. So I'm going to move on, and I'm going to introduce each of the students individually. Mr. Ayers, if we could have the music, please. Starting with Miss Ariana Baptiste. Ariana is a very unique individual. I'm really going to miss her smiles, her stories that she shares, her laughter, her kindness. Thank you, Ariana. The next individual, Mr. Seth Baptiste. Mr. Seth Baptiste has shown great leadership. He's a good role model to the school. He shows and shares his confidence in every way, encourages all his fellow students. Thank you very much, Seth. Next one, Ms. Peyton Benson. Ms. Peyton Benson, she has a very unique critical thinking qualities where you kind of have to stare eye to eye, thinking if we're on the same line of thinking. Her intelligence is just utmost. Her quietness is kind of scary at times. Thank you, Peyton. The next individual, Mr. Kensley Brabant, Haskiman. Mr. Kensley, although he hasn't been here as much as he would like to have been, but we come to understand some of the obstacles that we have to endure as individuals. I thank you for his kindness, his smiling, most of all his effort when he is in attendance. Thank you. The next one, Ms. Beautiful Leah Ann Meachance. I must say, Ms. Leah, she prefers to be called Anne, so that's how we've known her as throughout the whole school year. She has come a long way in improving in every capability, every quality that she has, her maturity, her respect, and everything like that. Shares her beauty. Next one, Mr. Dayton Watney. Mr. Dayton Watney has come to show me a lot of patience. He's showing me the qualities of being artistic in every way. Most of all, he's really showing me the neatness, the organization that he's carried and shared with me. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Dayton. The next one, a brother of Dayton, Mr. Kyrie Watney. Coming the beginning of the year, Kyrie was very shy, very quiet. Over this past year, I really commend him on his showing a lot of confidence, a lot of building his self-esteem. He's improved so much. There in time, he'd say, "Yep." Are you ready? Nope. Thank you, Mr. Kyrie. So like I say, as I mention and introduce each and every one of the students, I'm standing here a little bit shaky, palms a little bit sweaty, and starting to have that lump in the throat. It happens every time when we do our grade 8 farewell graduation, because like I said, every student that I've had, that I've taught, they all have their own unique qualities, and you build that relationship as an educator and as a student. It's a 50-50. I always tell them that, because I teach them and they learn. And when we come together, you see the great improving points and capabilities within each of the students. So with that, I'm going to move on with their awards and the gifts. So if I could have Miss Pietru up here, please. We didn't have our awards for the grade 8s yesterday due to the fact that they would be given them today. So I'm going to start off with the highest academic. Like I said, and I had mentioned before, goes to an individual where, you make that eye-to-eye contact, wondering, is she right? Am I right? Do I have to prove another point? Do I have to deliver it in another way? Finally, she put her eyelashes down, blinking. So this one here goes to Peyton Benson, highest academic. Come on up. thank you, Miss Payton, for sharing your intelligence. The next award is an honor roll award. And there again, you have students where, they kind of started a little slack from the beginning due to the fact of the COVID, but, you support them, you scaffold them, you encourage them, and, their achievements, their succession, it really shows that. So the first student I'm going to call up, Mr. Seth Baptiste. Thank you, Mr. Seth, for letting me know that you can do things and having the belief in you. And I encourage you to keep going on. The next one, there again, eye contact, Ms. Peyton Benson. Thank you once again, Ms. Peyton, for sharing your intelligence. The next award is the Most Improved Award. And as I mentioned before, despite the academic, the lack of in-class education, instruction, deliverance wasn't there. But when these students came to me, we worked hard throughout the time, going through, reviewing, reflecting a lot of the work. And then throughout the school months, they managed to improve on a lot of their writing, their reading, their math skills, everything like that. And I'm pleased inside to have seen that because we both did something good. I never just say it's by myself. It's got to be with them. Like we said, 50-50. It's going to work. So the first one I'm going to call Miss Ariana Baptiste. Thank you, Ariana, so much for believing in yourself, smiling right through, telling those stories. There she goes, smiling away. Beautiful. The next one, there again, was a little hesitant. But like I said, if you believe in yourself as an educator, if you believe within your students, they slowly, and you see it, that confidence that they build within themselves. Mr. Seth Baptiste. A lot of encouragement through his writing skills. And toward the end of the months, he said, "Did I write that?" I said, "Yes, you did." Next one. She first said, "I can't. I don't know how." And I said, "Don't even say that. Don't let me hear that because you can." And like I said, throughout the months, there she went. She was getting quicker and quicker with the vocabulary that she was using. Like I said, when you read these stories, when you read these paragraphs, these essays, it's there. They're ready to go on. Miss Leah Mechance. She scribbled at times, but she knew that she had to do her rough drafts, then her editing, finally to the published pieces. She was proud of herself. Thank you very much. The next one, man, I thought we were never going to get done. Little by little by little. It was the neatness. It was the extreme organized way. Everything had to be just perfect. Every word, every letter, every line had to be just right. So with that, Mr. Dayton Watney. Thank you, Dayton, for improving on your writing, believing in yourself, letting your thoughts flow, letting your express your thoughts. I'd ask him at times when I was sitting beside him, I said, "Are you okay?" He said, "Yes, yes, I got it now." Okay, so that meant that was the key that I had to move away. The next one, this one, I'd ask, "Are you okay? Can you do it?" "Yep," he'd say, with his deep voice. Same thing with his math, "Are you okay?" "Yep." "Do you need me to help you?" "Nope." It was always that deep voice. "Where do I put it?" "I'm done." Mr. Kyrie Watney. Thank you, Kyrie. Or should I say, thank you? It was wonderful. It was a pleasure to have these students. Like I said, when you walk the walk of life, you have students, you have people come and cross your path. So these students, I'd like to say thank you very much. I learned from each and every one of you as well. The next award, there again, time consuming. Okay, it had to be detailed. The right colors, the right lines, everything had to be just right. The art award, Mr. Dayton Watney. I strongly encourage this guy to pursue in his art. It's not only drawing. There's different types of art out there, and I think he's really capable of doing it because he has that patience for it. This one here, Miss Albert would come in. Okay. We're going to do the pre-test. We're going to do the post-test. Okay. They'd be on it right away. Automatically, they know. That's part of training students. They get to know it. And when they're finished, hey, I got 95%. Hey, I got 98%. Okay. And we always told them, don't forget your Cree language. That's going to be so important in the future. Continue speaking it. Continue carrying it on. Don't ever forget it. So with the Cree Award, Mr. Seth Baptiste. Pepa Sego. At times he'd say, hey, just go. Cree word that he knew. Thank you. This year we weren't able to do to go to disco sports due to still the pandemic. We were trying to be safe with everybody, but we still had the athletic abilities being demonstrated not only in the gym here, but we had track and field and things like that out there too. And with this award, it was based on a lot of strong participation and demonstration and encouragement and everything like that. And I think this award really goes to this individual because not only does he do it here in within our school, but outside there playing hockey and things like that. So I'd like to call Mr. Seth Baptiste again. Okay. Very athletic because I've seen him show his skating skills and ability. Pretty awesome. Okay. So then that winds down to where we have a best all-around student. This student is selected by the staff where we see fit for the student, being showing their respect to everybody within the school, showing their support, showing their encouragement, everything. It's more like takes the cake kind of student. So after voting, choosing, so the best all-around student there going, Mr. Seth Baptiste. We should have just told you to stay up here. We're going to change up the schedule a little bit. Silly me. The other gift goes to an individual, like I said, you're here, you're not here. But when he's here, he makes that effort, that determination to learn, to be willing to do it. And with the short time that he's been here, I like to thank him for moving on. And that's Mr. Kensley Brabant Paskman. Thank you for being here when you can, and I encourage you to keep continuing on. Do the best that you can. Thank you. So like I said, as I see these students, it's sitting right here, but I'm not going to let it because I don't want them to get emotional as well. So, but we're going to change up the agenda just a little bit. We're going to go on with the PowerPoint first. Mr. Arias, the PowerPoint. And then after the PowerPoint is on, we'll take a little bit of time to share some sandwiches and some fruit and some water and some cake. And during that time, you can also take some pictures. There's a photo booth over there that you can take some pictures or wherever you please, as individuals, as family. I know that's going to be meaningful. So we'll share the PowerPoint here in just a few seconds. So if we could have, yeah, the lights on. So like I said, we'll take this time now to have a little bit of food. So we'll go table by table. That way we're not all crowded over there. So like I said, there's water, sandwiches, fruit, and cake. And while you're waiting, perhaps you could do some pictures, take some pictures. So we'll go with the first table here, Ms. Ariana, your table. Yeah, so don't hesitate to, like I said, take some pictures, get acquainted with one another or whatever. Mr. Seth's table next. Ms. Payton's table. Mr. Kensley's table.